Buonasera and welcome to this gentle yoga flow. I hope you can feel the Italian vibes. We are at Lake Como in Italy. How stunning is this view? It's just a perfect place to film a yoga video. Let's start lying on our backs. So come to lie all the way down, bringing the soles of your feet to touch for Supta Baddha Konasana, letting the knees fall wide open, and maybe you want to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or another option would be to interlace your arms above the head, so just grabbing for opposite elbow for a gentle shoulder opening. And if you haven't already, softly closing down your eyes to bring all awareness inside the body. Letting go of anything that might have happened today so far. You're here right now, showing up for your practice, and you can choose to be here, right now. Let the next breath that you take in be a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller. And as you exhale, take your time to allow all the air to release out again. Full, deep inhale in, fill up your lungs. And full, complete exhale out, letting all the air out again. Let's start to reach your arms all the way up above the head and extending long through the legs, from the toes to the fingertips, finding length through the whole body, giving yourself a nice morning stretch, even if it's not morning right now. Just feeling into your body, and then hug your knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side, massaging the spine. And then hug your hands behind the thighs and start to rock forwards and backwards along the length of your spine until you come all the way up. Coming to a seat, bring your feet as wide as the mat, hands behind you into the mat, and let's start to windshield wiper the legs from side to side, so dropping the knees from left to right, waking up our hip sockets. And from here, extend the left leg long and cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Hands are still behind you in the mat. And then bend the left knee to come into your seated figure 4. Stretching into the outer right hip, keeping the right foot flexed and sitting up tall here. So lifting the chest up and trying to keep the breath steady. Inhaling in, exhaling out. And then bring the left shin down into the mat now, parallel to the short end of the mat. And place the right foot in front of the left knee. And then bring the right palm down next to you on the right side. And sweep the left arm alongside the left ear. And sweep the left hand all the way over to the left, right arm alongside the right ear. And we switch, drawing big circles with the arms here all the way forward. Inhaling in. And exhale to switch, finding an opening in our side body and moving with the breath. And then bring your arms long in front now. Maybe you can come all the way down onto the forearms, lowering the forehead down towards the mat, folding over the shins here, stretching deeply into the outer hips. And if this is easy for you, you have the option to come into your double pigeon by bringing the right ankle on top of the left knee. So stacking your shins directly on top of each other and folding forward from here. If you're realizing your hips are super tight, I very much recommend you to do one of my hip opener videos like this one I tag for you up here to work specifically on your hip flexibility. Now from here, let's walk the hands over towards the right knee, folding over to the right. And slowly coming back to center and walking the hands over to the left. So folding on top of the right foot. And then coming back to center and taking the right foot and placing it outside of the left thigh and bringing the left heel in a little bit to come to our seated spinal twist. Right fingertips behind you into the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh and bring your gaze over the right shoulder, twisting to the right. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. One more deep breath in. And exhale back to center. And now cross the right knee fully on top of the left. You can shift forward a bit to really stack the knees on top of each other, rooting both sit bones down into the mat. We're now in our cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Interlace your hands behind the spine, bring the palms to touch, and then lift chin and chest up. And bring your palms now to the outside of the right waist and bring your head to the left. So leaning the left ear towards the left shoulder while drawing the right shoulder down and away. Inhale back to center, reach your arms long behind. And exhale, hooking the hands to the outside of the left waist and bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching into the neck. Inhaling in. And exhale, back to reach the arms long behind. And then all the way forward. So leaning forward, drawing the palms above the head, bringing the head towards your knees, stretching into the shoulders. Full breath in. And exhale, lift up, release your palms, and walk your hands to the left and all the way back, lifting the hips up for our magic transition to the other side. So rotating one way around to bring the hips back down into the mat. And now the left knee should be on top of your right. So we basically just switched sides. Let's do the same thing we just did on the other side. So reach your palms behind you, finding length through your arms, inhaling in. And with the exhale, hook your palms to the outside of the left waist, right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching into the left side of your neck. Inhaling in. And exhale back to center, reaching the arms long behind and over to the right with your palms, left ear to the left shoulder, releasing any tension from your neck. Inhale and exhale back to the center, reaching the palms behind and folding forward here. Reach your arms above the head, forehead towards your knees, rounding your spine. Deep inhale. And with your next exhale, lift back up, release your palms and step the left foot to the outside of your right thigh to come to our seated spinal twist. Left fingertips behind you into the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of your left thigh and twist to your left. Gaze over your left shoulder. Find length in your spine with every inhale. And twisting a little bit deeper with the exhale. One more breath in here. And exhale back to center. Let's stretch into the outer hips. So bring the right shin parallel into the mat and place the left foot in front of the right knee so that the shins are as parallel as possible. And then place the right palm down next to you, left arm alongside the left ear. And from here, sweep the left arm in a big circle over to the left and bring the right arm alongside the right ear and switching sides, moving with your breath and stretching into the side body. Deep inhales. And full exhales. And we're going to meet with the arms long in front. Maybe you can lower onto the forearms, folding fully over your shins. Option here to move into your double pigeon by bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee. So stacking the shins on top of each other for a deep, deep stretch into the outer hips. Staying with our breath. trying to notice every sensation that's happening in your body. And option here now to walk the hands to the left and folding on top of the left knee. And back through center, walking the hands over to the right, melting the upper body on top of the right foot, creating a different sensation of stretch in the hip. And back to center. Now moving straight into our figure 4 from here. So just place the right foot down into the mat, keeping the knee bent. Left ankle is crossed over the right thigh, palms behind you into the mat. Try to sit up as tall as possible here and actively drawing the left knee away from you to stretch even deeper into that outer hip. And let's move out of the pose. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Letting go of any tension in the hips. See if you can bring the knees all the way down towards the mat. And then let's cross the ankles, roll over the knees, coming onto all fours and tucking the toes under to lift the hips up, coming into our first downward facing dog. And right away, I love that to just find movement first in our down dog to feel it out, not moving into the full pose right away, but just gently soothing the body into it, feeling into your hamstrings, maybe bringing one heel down and then the other. And then coming to stillness. Feet are hip distant, your gaze can be resting between the knees or on your navel. Try to find length in your spine. You can always keep a gentle bend in your knees to lengthen the spine even more. Let's bring the gaze between the hands, come up high onto your toes and tiptoe your way to the front of the mat, placing your feet hip distant apart and grabbing opposite elbows to rock from side to side in our ragdoll. And there's no need here for the legs to be fully straight. You can keep as much of a bend in the knees as it feels good for you. And releasing the palms down towards the mat. Heel toeing the feet together, so bring the balls of the feet to touch, keeping a slight distance between your heels. Inhale for a halfway lift. Bring your hands either onto your shins or your thighs, or if you have open hamstrings, you can keep the hands in the mat. With your next exhale, fold forward and plant the palms down into the mat. Step the right foot back and then the left, coming to a high plank, high on the tiptoes. Palms are directly underneath the shoulders. Try to find strength through the whole body here. Let's shift forward with the inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows 90 degrees, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog, lift the chest. And exhale, rolling over the feet, hips up for downward facing dog. Let's take a breath together. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Bring the left foot into a 45-degree angle, flat into the mat to rise all the way up for our warrior one. Arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Bring your hands onto your hips and start to lean forward, folding over the right leg, trying to keep the length in the spine and releasing the fingertips down into the mat. And we're in our pyramid pose, trying to square the hips, moving into a twist, left palm down, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Option to bring the right hand behind your spine towards the left hip bone, so binding the arm around your back, drawing the right shoulder back. Deep breath in. Exhale to extend the right arm back up towards the ceiling and slowly lowering the right hand down, and then increase the step. So just step the left foot all the way back to the end of your mat, coming onto the left toes and starting to shift forwards and backwards in our low lunge, lengthening through the left thigh and lowering the left knee down. Untuck the left toes and reach your arms up. We are in our Anjaneyasana now, arms up towards the sky. Soften your shoulders and then rotate your hands behind the spine, palms together. Open your chest and then draw your knuckles towards the mat. Lift the chin up, find a back bend. Soften the left hip towards the mat. Inhale here and exhale to rise up. Bring your fingers back down into the mat. Tuck the left toes and bring the left foot again flat into the mat in a 45-degree angle, rising all the way up. Warrior One, deep bend in our right knee, trying to square your hips to the short end of the mat. So left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale here. Exhale to straighten the right leg, hands onto your hips, lean forward with a long spine and bring your fingertips down into the mat, pyramid pose. Moving into our twist from here, left palm down, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Again, option to stay here or maybe finding that bind behind the spine, really trying to open the chest here, so drawing the right shoulder back to twist a little bit deeper. Inhaling in and exhale, bring the palm back down, step the left foot back into our low lunge, shifting forwards and backwards on the left toes. And then lowering the left knee down, untuck your toes and reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana, inhaling in, exhaling out. Deep breath in. And with the exhale, we're circling the arms behind the spine, palms to touch, draw the knuckles towards the mat, find your back bend, open your chest, drop your head back, and soften the left hip towards the mat. And with the next inhale, we're slowly gonna rise back up, bring your palms down into the mat, tuck the left toes, and one more time moving into our Warrior One. So plant the left foot down into the mat and reach your arms up. Virabhadrasana A, Warrior One. Inhale in. And with the exhale, bring your hands down into the mat and really press into your palms to sweep the right leg all the way up and back, coming into our three-legged dog. Inhaling in. And with the exhale, bringing the right knee into your chest and placing the right shin down for our half pigeon pose, extending the left leg long behind. And then inhale, lift the chin up. And with the exhale, fold over your right shin for your sleeping pigeon, bringing the forehead down into the mat and surrendering fully to the stretch in the outer right hip. Let's come out of the pose, press into your palms to rise back up. Roll onto the right hip, extend the left leg long and bring the right foot to the inner left thigh and bring the left hand or forearm down on the inside of the leg as well, and sweep the right arm alongside the right ear, reaching towards the left foot, stretching deeply into the right side body. And then rising back up and planting the right palm behind you, sweeping the left arm all the way up and over. Lift your hips up for a mini wild thing, opening the chest, inhaling in, and exhale to lower the hips all the way back down into the mat. And from here, sweep the left leg over the right to the front of the mat, planting the foot down, planting your hands down and stepping the right foot back. And sweeping the left leg up into a three-legged dog. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the left shin down into the mat, extending the right leg long behind. So we're now in our half pigeon pose with the left chin in front. Inhale, lift your chin up. And exhale, fold over the left chin for our sleeping pigeon, stretching into the outer left hip. Slowing down your breath. And then we're gonna rise all the way up again, lifting the chest up, rolling onto the outer left hip, extending the right leg long to the side. Bring the right palm or forearm down on the inside of the thigh and reach the left arm up and over alongside the left ear towards the right foot. Side stretch, full breath in. And exhale, rising all the way up. Bring the left palm behind you into the mat and sweep the right arm from right to left for our mini wild thing, lifting the hips up, open your chest. And with the exhale, lowering the hip all the way back down. And then sweep the right foot all the way to the front of the mat, lifting your hips up, stepping the left foot back, and sweeping the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. And then bring the right foot down into our down dog, moving through a vinyasa. Bend your elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, rolling over the feet, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Bring the right foot flat into the mat in a 45-degree angle for our warrior one, rising all the way up. Inhaling here. Exhale, straighten the left leg, hands onto your hips, and start to lean forward with a long spine until you can bring the fingertips down into the mat. Pyramid pose, moving into our twist from here. Right palm down, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling or find the bind behind your spine, so bring the hand towards the right hip bone, drawing the left shoulder open and back. Inhale. And exhale, left fingertips back down into the mat. Step the right foot all the way back, coming high onto the right toes, and start to shift forwards and backwards, lengthening into the right thigh. And then lowering the right knee down, untuck the right toes and reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Inhaling here. Exhale, circle your arms behind the spine, bring your palms to touch, interlacing the fingers, and then reach your knuckles towards the mat. Opening your chest, dropping the head back, inhaling in, exhale, rising back up, bring the palms down into the mat and step the right foot back forward into our warrior one feet, rising the arms up, bending the left knee, inhaling here, and exhale, hands onto your hips, straighten the left leg, and with a long spine, leaning forward, and bringing the right hand down, left arm up for our twist in the pyramid pose. Option for the bind behind the spine with the left arm. Open your chest. And then bring the left fingertips back down into the mat. Step the right foot back into our low lunge, shifting forwards and back. Lower the right knee down and rise up, Anjaneyasana. Circling the arms behind the spine, palms to touch, draw the knuckles towards the mat, find your back bend, open your heart, head back, inhale, and exhale, rising up, planting the palms, and then press your palms so much down into the mat that you can pick the left foot up and sweep it all the way back, three-legged dog. And exhale, lowering the left foot down, coming into our downward facing dog, hips up high. And gaze between the hands. Let's tiptoe our way to the front of the mat. Coming to a forward fold, bringing the feet hip distance apart, grabbing opposite elbows and rocking from side to side like we did in the beginning of the practice. And let's release the grip. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, high mountain, bring your palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart, and releasing your arms by the sides. And we're finishing our practice in mountain pose, Tadasana. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you want to continue your practice and work, for example, more on your hip flexibility, or want to do a breathing exercise, I have a really nice 10-minute video where we focus specifically on breathing techniques. It's been a complete game changer for my life personally, so make sure to check those out. And leave me, as always, your feedback in the comments, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. That would mean the world to me. And of course, if you're not a subscriber to my channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Ciao, ciao!